But you can see the Milky Way, which it looks amazing.
So we're out here at Pursell Farms. Welcome back. We've got Moxley right here with his pretty sick camera. It's way nicer than mine, but it does a lot more cool things than mine for sure. But I can't really figure out yet what I'm gonna do with this video. I think I'm wanting to do a first time series with first time shooting astrophotography, because this guy is actually like a pro at it. Who would have thought, dude? A kid from Alabama. I know. Had big astro dreams.
Hey, I will say that's why I initially bought my first camera like 3 or 4 years ago. Yep. I was just browsing my Instagram and one of my followers posted this amazing Milky Way picture over a mountain. Yeah. And I was like, I want to do that. Yeah. And that's one of the big reasons why I bought a camera, and I finally got into it about a year and a half ago.
So guys, currently we're just scouting all over the farm to get one of the coolest shots here. Look at this. Kind of feel like Lewis and Clark coming upon a great golf hole. They were golfers and went exploring. This is what they do. Just a man and his smartphone and his astrology app.
It's the only way I know how to find the stars.
What are the we'll say 3 things that you're looking for when you're scouting places to shoot incredible star photos?
So the one thing, you can always just point your camera up the sky and get some like great pictures, which is great for like the deep space astrophotography stuff. Yep. But when you're doing Milky Way, I feel like you want to have 2 aspects. You want the stars and then you want a foreground. Okay. And there's a couple different ways you can take it. You can just do single exposure, which is you set your camera up on a tripod and you do like a 20 to 30 second exposure depending on your focal length. There's a little formula for that. Cool. But what we'll be doing, I have a star tracker mount where you basically point it at the North Star and it'll spin with the sky, so you can take like 1, 2, even 3 minute exposures. Oh, that's sick. And get nice, crisp, clean stars.
All right, so real quick, let's go through the process of what we're gonna wanna get for tonight on hole 5.
We're gonna get out there probably maybe 30 minutes before sundown, so probably about 7:30ish. Set up the mount, the little tracker mount that'll be mounted to the camera. We'll have probably a window of an hour and a half to 2 hours before the moon rises. I forgot what direction it rises, but before it gets into the sky. And we want to do that because with the full moon, because it being so bright, it'll wash out a lot of the detail in the sky. Cool. Which is like the main reason, like when the sun's out, you can't see stars, but they're still there.
Gorgeous out here. Beautiful day. Gonna go grub, gonna go get some good food, and gonna have some fun on top of hole 5. It is at night, as you've seen throughout the earlier parts of the video. This is where we decided to plant our roots, dig our roots. Shout out Florida Georgia line. Ding ding. But Mox, what are we getting into now? Tell me a little bit more about what I should know if I'm gonna shoot some pretty sick astrophotography shots.
So we're about to set up the tripod. And then from there, it's just kind of wait, probably about another 30 minutes. Yeah, 30, 45 minutes maybe, and then we should be good to go and be able to see stars. This is just a normal, well, I guess a beefy aluminum tripod. Yep. And then from there, we're going to attach I believe it's called a German equatorial mount.
Say that 10 times fast. A German equatorial mount, German equatorial mount, German equatorial mount, German equatorial. That actually rolls off the lips. That rolls off the lips pretty good. All right, next.
So basically what you want to do is, what this mount does, let me undo the clutch. So this will be pointed at the North Star. Yep. And this will rotate with the sky, giving you sharp stars when you can do a longer exposure. Ah, all there. Hole 5. Fading, drawing. It's gonna be pretty sick. He's working hard and frantically right now. Don't know what's going on, but trying to figure out how to mount this thing. Just
just astrophysicist stuff, astrophotographer stuff. Ow! I keep getting bit by these mosquitoes! 30 seconds later.
What we're trying to do here, we set the camera up on this mount. You normally set it up on the bottom here.
Okay.
But due to how this would be angled, it would just be pointing straight down. So I did the ball head up here attached to the other side.
Okay.
And it gives you the option of moving the camera around and setting your shot up.
Okay, dope.
Now, the one big thing about shooting astrophotography is you want to go all manual. Manual focus, which is what I'll be doing now. Basically what you want to do is you just pick a star in your frame. If you have the option on your camera, most mirrorless cameras have this option, which is what this is.
Ow. Okay.
You can do a focus magnifier. You don't want to just go straight to like infinity because it'll still be out of focus. You want to basically make the star as small as possible. To do like test exposures, I normally do like 5 to 10 seconds and you just blast your ISO up to like 6400. When you find what you're looking for and then you get your shot squared up, you can do 1 minute exposures at probably ISO 400 to 800.
All right, we have a revelation.
So
a revelation.
We took one test image. It's still a little bright outside, but I was looking at my app and I saw this bright, really bright star and then one right next to it, and those are actually Jupiter and Saturn, which you probably can't see.
You can kind of see it on there. It's super dark, but
yeah, so that's actually Jupiter and Saturn right now. So now we just wait probably about 15-20 more minutes and we should be good to go.
All right, Moxley, tell us what cool things we just discovered.
We did a 1 minute exposure.
Okay.
And it's very orange, which you can fix that in post, but you can see the Milky Way, which it looks amazing. Now we're gonna let this run for like an hour and get a couple exposures, and then we'll sorry, I'm looking at the fireworks.
Here at Pursell Farms, the one and only. I would say overall we got some pretty sick stuff.
Yeah, I think we got probably about 30 or 40 pictures of the Milky Way, and hopefully those should turn out pretty good. Just stack them together. And then we just took a really good shot when the moon came up of the green for a nice landscape, and should just have to blend those together and we should get a pretty good image.
Nice.
Welcome to the machine.
What are the few things that I've learned today if I were to go back out?
A lot easier than it seems.
That is true.
And basically all you gotta do is set your camera up and shoot a 30-second exposure and you got it.
That's pretty much it. I will say the one thing that I did learn for the first time, because I kept watching you do it, was using your ISO is very important. And being able to shift back and forth, because you never specifically had like a correct like ISO use. You just played with it. You feel like ISO 100, 400, or 2500 and 3500, and I saw you go back and forth. So I learned to use the ISO. Also you had this little tool in your hand with the exposures. Say that again.
It's an intervalometer. It's basically just like a fancy camera remote. So you just set it up so you don't have to touch your camera. You can just be over there just hitting the buttons, let it run. And you can set up like time lapses through it, and you can set your shutter speed and all that.
And for the most part, it really, like, probably one of the most, like, you gotta get a little technical on it, but like it's a pretty chill hobby.
One of the things in photography where the more money you put into it, the better your images will come out. Where, I mean, with landscapes and portraits, it's not too much like that, but yeah, the better mounts and gear you have, the better your images will look. Now, if you want to look, this is a single exposure. If you can get that in frame. Hard to see, but
a little hard to see.
We got some detail out of a single exposure. All we got to do is just stack those together, blend it with the foreground, and we'll have a good image.
So there we have it, folks. For the first time ever shooting a astrophotographer, being with an astrophotographer, my friend Michael Moxley from college. Brought him down to the farm. He's been here before. He's been a lifelong friend of the farm. If you want to check him out on his YouTube channel, again, what is your YouTube channel?
It's Michael Moxley.
If you like this video, please share it. Please subscribe to it and vibe. What's one thing you're thankful for?
I am thankful for all the friends I have and all the friends I can learn from.
Gucci. I like that. Honestly, I'm thankful you showed me this today. I literally wouldn't sit, like, I've got this camera I vlog with, and vlogging is new to me, so I've got lots of stuff to learn there. But this camera's pretty powerful. All I gotta do is somehow get a lot of money, put a dope lens on it, and I could go chill at night if I'm bored or I need to think and go shoot some astrophotography.